Now, when it comes to conspiracy theories, I am honestly the ultimate enlightened centrist. And what I mean by that is, I think some conspiracies are true. I think some are not true. And I think some are insanely idiotic and some of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And then there's also some that I'm just sort of like agnostic on. So look, I take it on a case-by-case basis, right? We've been through it before. Bay of Pigs was real. Operation Northwoods was real. The Tuskegee experiment was real. I agree with the American public when they say, hey, for the JFK assassination, not sure the official story's correct about the lone gunman, etc. So, hey, I'm an open-minded dude, but I care about the evidence. I go on a case-by-case basis. All that matters to me is the truth of the matter, right? Well, guys, in this new internet era, the social media era, let's just say the conspiracy theorists aren't sending their best. Because some of this shit, you got to call a spade a spade. It's just conspiracy for conspiracy's sake. That's what it is. So here we have Alex Jones. And I told you this was going to happen. I warned you this was going to happen. So the other day, when Biden stepped aside, right, he released a letter. He basically said, like, I'm not going to run for re-election. Then he released a tweet basically endorsing Kamala. And the right went into hyper-conspiracy mode. And they said, well, hold on. This letter that you sent out doesn't have the official presidential seal. And why is there not a picture of you making the announcement or a video of you making the announcement? Something smells fishy here. It looks like a palace coup. This is what they said. Okay, well then a few days later, was it 2-3 days later, something like that, Biden does an event with Kamala, where, remember, he's recovering from COVID. And so he called into an event where Kamala was speaking, and he had a conversation with her, and he endorsed her, gave her his full support. But the right said, no, that's an AI voice of Biden. Where's the real Biden? I think the real Biden might actually be dead or locked up. Well, womp womp. Then what happened a couple days later is Joe Biden, for the first time since he got COVID, was seen. He had recovered from the COVID, and I think he was walking to, the White House helicopter or to Air Force One or whatever, and you could clearly see him walking. It's him. He looks at the camera. I think he talks a little bit, and then he keeps moving. And they go, not real. I don't believe it. And what's their argument? They go, that's not Joe Biden. What? We could all see him with our eye. What are you talking about? Well, now, to save face and act like, hey, it still was a palace coup. We swear he didn't step aside after pressure from top Democrats. Now they're leaning in even more. And now we get Alex Jones with the ultimate culmination of all of this stupidity. Instead of just coming out being like, yeah, I guess we were wrong on that one. I guess he did step aside. I guess it's not a coup. We get this. Breaking internet firestorm. How many Joe Bidens are there? How many Joe Bidens are there, bro? All right, here we go.
I don't like to go with these conspiracy theories that, the Beatles or, the John Lennon's still alive or Elvis is still alive or, that I'm Bill Hicks. I mean, there's definitely schizophrenics online that think all that, okay? But with this and that body double, in fact, I forgot to tell the crew, about a year ago, a body double got caught sneaking out the back of the White House and getting in a car, and it was that guy.
Yeah.
And I forgot to find the clip or sent to you. Type body double caught leaving White House. And it's literally that guy, that face, that fake smile. He's taller than Biden. And presidents have had body double.
I can't. He's showing a picture of Biden in 2008 and Biden in 2021. First of all, this looks like the same guy, right? That's the first point. That's the same guy. Second of all, yes, Alex, where, more than a decade later, and he was old then, he's even older now. He's had a number of facelifts. And then the other thing is, let's keep it real. This is not a conspiracy. A number of top doctors who are experts in this say he has Parkinson's, right? One of the symptoms of Parkinson's, I forget the exact terminology for it. It's something with a D. It's like flat face. You have this emotionless face. So that looks like the same guy, just older and maybe dealing with some health issues. I don't know why he looks at this. Aha! Different guy. No, it's just an old guy who became very, very old, right? That's all it is. And again, he's had a couple facelifts. That's why back here you could see the turkey neck, and that's not there anymore because he had, I think, multiple facelifts over the years. Okay.
Over 100 years, Saddam Hussein had a bunch. So pull all that up, guys. Saddam Hussein's body doubles, too. So I'm kind of planning stuff here on air. I'm kind of producing on air. Like, I want this, I want that. But the new Joe Biden is at least 8 inches, 6.5 to 8 inches taller than he was.
Guys, let me ask you a question. If you work for the CIA or whatever top intelligence agency is making these decisions, right? And you're casting for body doubles for the president. And the president, let's say, is 6 feet. Let's just say Biden's 6 feet tall. I don't know how tall he is. I don't care really. But let's say he's 6 feet tall. Okay. And somebody comes in for the job of body double. And they're 6'8". Are these geniuses going to be like, we got our guy. He looks exactly like Biden. Sure, he's 8 inches taller, and he looks like he should be playing center for the Washington Wizards, but we'll go with him. They won't notice. 8 inches, they won't notice. That's nothing. No, obviously, you jackass. They wouldn't do that. It's like he's accusing them of being super nefarious, but also the biggest fucking jackasses on the planet. If you're this high level with your conspiracy and you're this organized and they did a palace coup, bro, and they knew exactly how to do it where it worked out perfectly, bro, you wouldn't be dumb enough to pick a body double that's fucking 8 inches taller than the original. Oh my God. The funny thing is, Alex said at the beginning of this, he's like, look, some conspiracies out there are kind of crazy. They say I'm Bill Hicks. This is just as stupid as that conspiracy. Maybe even more stupid. All right, let's keep going. Because again, they keep showing pictures and it's like, that's the same guy.
Jill.
Look.
And then you've got this other weird one.
That's the same guy. That's the same guy. I don't know what they think they're getting at here. It's kind of amazing that they don't think that's the same guy. If you have known somebody for a long time, the public has known about Joe Biden for a very long time. You can't just like sneak it by them that it's a different, you can't do that. Everybody will see it. We've seen this guy for decades and decades and decades. There's something about his face that is Joe Biden-y, right? And it's there in both pictures. It's just he's way older. And he had the facelifts. And he's got Parkinson's, allegedly.
But there are at least 5 Joe Bidens I've been seeing. And look, eyes don't lie.
5 Joe Bidens. There's 5 Joe Bidens. Oh, I love this. I love this. Somebody, everybody, let's do a fun little exercise here. I want you to go back. Go to like Kyle Kulinski circa like 2018. I didn't have the blonde hair, right? Hair probably looked a little different. Skin tone maybe a little different. I've been in the sun a lot. I got a little bit of a tan going on since it's the summer, right? Got my little beard nice and clean shaven, right? There are other times where I have more white in my beard because I've dyed it, right? And you could do the that's not the same Kyle. His hair's a different color. And his eyebrows look a little different. And the lighting's a little different. And the camera's a little different. And the skin tone's a little different. And the face Here he's wearing earrings. Back then he was not wearing earrings. He's not the same guy, bro. He's not the same guy, bro. This is the level that we're at right now.
So you can walk into a furniture store and look 60 feet away and see
I love how he has all these papers in front of him as if to denote, like, I'm a very intelligent, serious man. Like, I don't care if you have every paper on the planet in front of you, bro. You're still a fucking moron.
Bowl of what's supposedly fruit. And you can look at it at a distance and tell that's plastic. Even though it looks almost perfect, there's still something about it. Well, this wouldn't even pass as plastic fruit.
It not only would it pass as plastic fruit, this is the real fruit. This is the same fucking apple as the other apple, you absolute moron.
I mean, this is absolutely crazy. And I posted that, but they've got videos too blowing it up.
He's like, you know how Ben Shapiro does an ad like every 2 minutes? Alex Jones does like an InfoWars promotional every 2 minutes. Not even every 2 minutes, it's a minute and 30 seconds into this shit.
Where his chin all looks rubbery and it looks like a different person, but you know, he's old, he's had facelifts, whatever. But last night there was a video we'll play where you can look at the face and the head, and he's 8 inches at least taller than what he used to be. And people have done...
He literally doesn't know about like depth perception differences with cameras. If I'm standing 2 feet in front of you and somebody's taking a picture of us, I will look so much bigger. It's the camera. It's the depth perception. Don't even get me started on focal length. We'll get to focal length in a second to really blow up this dumbass fucking theory he's got.
Side by sides, I posted on X, where she is way shorter than him now. And
okay. Sometimes she's wearing heels. Sometimes she's not wearing heels. Sometimes they're standing next to each other. Sometimes he's in front of her. What are we fucking doing here, Alex? Just hold an L. This is what he did with Sandy Hook, remember? It became very clear that the person that he was relying on for his information about Sandy Hook being a hoax, the guy was literally like a paranoid schizophrenic. Literally. He knew that. he still kept taking information from that guy and running with it as if it was true. And then when he got debunked 47 different ways, he went out, doubled down and tripled down and got himself into a whole bunch of legal trouble with the defamation case. He owes like $2 quadrillion to the families of the Sandy Hook kids who died. One of the fucking people, and one of the dads of one of the kids ended up killing himself over the harassment he was getting from Alex Jones fans. Hold your fucking L. Hold your L, you pudgy doughboy bitch. Hold it. Hold it.
Look at that Joe Biden. You just look at him. That's not the same.
I look at him and I see Joe Biden. That's what I see. And I'm sure that's what you see. And this guy's a fucking basket case.
Dude. He's taller. He's bigger. It's a different suit. It's a different jacket. What is going on?
It's a different suit. Look, Kyle's wearing, look, he's got a blue shirt on. Yesterday it wasn't blue. Interesting.
Well, they just replaced him with Kamala without a vote. She didn't get one vote in the primary, so you know it's a replacement of dictatorship.
Now, of course, Alex will say nothing about how the primary was a sham. Florida canceled their Democratic primary. North Carolina canceled their Democratic primary. They tried to remove New Hampshire illegally from the first spot to put South Carolina first so they could rig it up front for Biden. The media totally buried all of Biden's opponents and treated them like fucking nothing. He won't say how that was rigged up front, but oh, now all of a sudden he's a big Joe Biden defender. Oh, poor Joe Biden, he's being cooed. No, you want to run against Joe Biden because you're a little fucking Trump ball coddler and you know you could beat Biden and you know you'd struggle with any other Democrat. God, I hate this guy. All right, now finally, let's get to the most important point. Doesn't know about depth perception differences, where you stand with the camera. Doesn't know about, Jill could be wearing heels in one thing, not wearing heels in another thing. The other thing is Biden also, since he's had trouble falling because he's old as fucking shit, another reason why he shouldn't be running, right? He started wearing these like 1 or 2 inch cushiony shoes that are supposed to protect from falling. That is another thing that could lead to, oh, he looks maybe a little taller in this or a little shorter in that, whatever. But if you show Alex Jones this, Alex Jones will say that what you're about to see here is like 7 different people. Ready? Watch this. Look at this. I'll slow it down for you so you can see. This is what happens. This is what happens when you change what's called the focal length. Watch this. This is the same person. This is the same person, and he looks radically different from one picture to the next. Why? Because the focal length is different. So right here, that's the 20 millimeter focal length, and now we're going all the way up, 200. Here, we'll start from the beginning again, so you can see 16 millimeter focal length, and then you can see the focal length is going up. He looks radically different. 85, 105, 135, 150, 200, 200. They did this exact same thing. Remember the John Fetterman conspiracy? They were saying, oh, there's a body double for John Fetterman. And it was just like, in one picture, he was fatter. In another picture, he was skinnier. The angle of the camera was different, and the focal length was different. But the thing is, we all know what John Fetterman looks like. He was giving off the Fetterman X factor in both pictures. But they can't see straight, these people. Everything's a conspiracy. In the internet era, as long as you say, like, I'm anti-establishment, you can get away with whatever fucking bullshit you want to get away. It could be as wrong as humanly possible. People will say, oh, yes, an outsider telling the truth. No, sometimes outsiders are fucking cranks, right? We got to be able to call a spade a spade. Sometimes outsiders are fucking cranks. Yes, Alex Jones is an outsider. He's also an alcoholic freak boy who makes things up on a regular basis and comes up with dumbass conspiracies like there's 5 Joe Bidens. So I don't want to hear anymore. I can't, for the love of God. Next time I hear Alex Jones is right about a lot of stuff. Oh, fuck you. I want to talk about, like, finding the needle in the haystack. Oh, wow, he said the Iraq war was bad. Congratulations, there's 70 million other fucking people who said it. And then they also didn't deny the Sandy Hook shooting, and they didn't say that there's 5 fucking Joe Bidens out there. So spare me. Oh, my God. I'm getting worked up, but he's a clown. He's a clown. This is the length he will go to not just hold DL and say, you know what, there wasn't a coup. He stepped down because the Democrats wanted him to step down because he was getting a lot of pressure and he's probably got some medical issues and he had to step down. He can't bring himself to say Joe Biden is still alive and that wasn't a palace coup. So instead it's now, there's 5 Joe Bidens. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.